So can we see some of the features on these templates? So
Well,
open up a new one.
The pop-up will show you what the basic features are.
But so let's see if we can visually see it so that we understand what these
Yeah,
are.
I'm looking for ones that are a little bit different.
How often do you change these questions and answers? Because do you change it?
I'll be adding content regularly. I'll be if I update a content piece that you already have on your website, it'll update automatically. If I add a new piece in place, I'll send you a message because you have to go in and put it in place. Once that main template outline, which is, you will have pretty much what you see based on the template, but you'll see these articles. You'll always have these articles to start off with, and whichever ones that I can get in place otherwise. With the property search, you'll always have these searches available. You can add more, you can take them away, but these are the base ones that you'll have. So this is essentially the outline of the cookie that I want you to get away from. But these are the standard ones, so that if you just click, getting the website up and running, you've got something to go with.
Are you updating information in there too regularly afterward?
Yes.
Like the new stuff coming and no.
Yeah, you'll have a pre-construction page, you'll have different pages that are there that I will be able to update so that you have fresh content. You're very strongly encouraged to create your own web page. We've had 3 projects come live in the last 2 weeks, and of course I was away for the 2 that launched last week. So you should go in there and create your own page, and then email that to clients or post it to Facebook or however you promote it. Put it on cards, mailings, whatever. You should do that rather than the standard one that I put up. But the standard one that I put up will have the majority of the information you need to work with. And then you can always disable that one from showing and just show your own. So you'd be able to copy it, change it a little bit, and it's there. Very minimum amount of work.
So the publishing feature from your perspective, when you click publish and we are linked, you have our website, it automatically triggers to everybody, or we have to manually, you will send us an email when we publish it?
Well, that's a 2-part answer. Content that I've already put into this base,
the behind the scenes.
that will already be there.
Okay.
Once you've selected your template, then anything that I add, you'll have to move into place.
I have to still manually do it. Okay.
Yes. If I create another questions and answers for buyers and just call it more questions and answers, then that becomes a page that you have to put into place. If I edit this particular page and then save the changes, your website updates. So existing content will update, new content you'll have to put into place.
And you're going to show us a little bit later how?
And I'll show you how to do it.
So anything that, any information or any new pages that you upload, they will get the notification that they can publish it now on their page as extra if they wish to, or if they do not want to.
Right. Okay. And it'll always be available once it's available.
Okay. So some of these features include they can do a search for their properties. It's going to be connected to the IDX, to the Toronto MLS, right? Or if they can just show their own listings if they want.
Yeah, you have that total capability to show all the listings or just your exclusive listings. You can even create a link here that just shows only your exclusive listings, so someone clicks on that. And then again, that becomes a page that you can share in different media, different places.
Can you scroll down? Okay, so home hunter, map search, property search, contact me, so on and so forth. Okay, so I guess I'm trying to figure out in terms of when someone is choosing a template and they have 80 different varieties of it available, it will totally, I guess, depend on how they envision their website to be. And do they want it to be plain simple, here's a map search, it displays on the first page and that's it, contact me.
Right.
Do they want it, are they planning on doing a lot of marketing through their web page, and then they want a good navigation bar, so take a look, make sure that whichever template that you choose has a good navigation bar. And then of course, the template that you feel comfortable, that you like, the design of it, these small little areas. So these are different areas for you to think to which template that you want to choose. based on how you envision your website to be. So there's a different option, a lot of options I think in that area it's available. Options I think in regards to design, whether you want it to be a minimalistic design or a full page design, or you want it to be heavy graphic, so on and so forth. Okay,
Right,
good.
and different areas display on different templates. So this is why I put in such default text as here, so that I can identify it as I was going through everything.
You
So
see where it's showing up?
this would be a title, this would be content that would go under different spaces. This particular thing did not show up on other templates that we've already looked at. So it's good to go through that first website settings, just put in some basic defaults so you can identify it later. When you're further along into the template, you'll see where that is, and you'll be able to edit it and further refine it.
So that's step number one. Okay, we can choose the template that we want. Okay, good.
Number 2 goes into your basic profile information. Even if this is blank, it's already been filled in the basics from the office, so you don't have to worry about it. Changes that you make here will show up when someone clicks on agent profile or my profile or more about me, depending on which template you're using. So you can fill that information in here. If it's blank, it just won't show. So if you don't have a pager number, and not very many of us do, it's not going to show up as pager blank, it just won't show that line. So it keeps everything very clean, very neat. Yeah,
I know
that's
it's
the
already-
one
it
thing
keeps-
that I asked them. I said, why do I have to go through this every time, the 8 steps? It's like, well, it's so that you can verify all the information of the template. I thought, you could put a button somewhere and make it a lot quicker. So homepage content, step 3. Again, this is somewhere where it will show up or it won't show up. The last template that I was showing you, I highlighted this. This is change content January 25th. That's where that showed. We didn't see that on all the templates because it varies according to the template. So it's a good idea just to fill in something real quick so you can identify it later. And as you're going through the previews, you'll be able to see whether that's there.
Do you know what you've done? What's that, what you put on, what normally would you put?
On a homepage content?
Well, imagine this area is going to be underneath the listings, above the footer menu. So you may put in, you could be my 25th listed house today, give me a
Oh,
call
just a
out. Just a quick blurb, a quick call to action, anything that you like. You could have pictures of previous homes sold. Whatever your main feature is as an agent, that's what you want to showcase right on the home page. This is why you call me. 9 times out of 10, because again we're fighting against the cookie cutter websites, that will say, thank you for visiting my website, feel free to contact me. So very 1996, we're trying to get away from that. And this area here shows up as your agent profile. So again, it'll show up when someone clicks more information about me or agent profile, depending on where that link is in the menu. And that may or may not be in the template. So again, good idea just to put anything in there so that you can identify whether it's being used at. And at any time, if you decide, well, you know what, I really want that to show up, but it's not in this template, you can change templates and all that stuff will be saved. So you don't have to go back and do it. You will have to go through the 8 steps to verify it's the information that you want, but it's already done.
So you changed the template, but the information previous introduced is transferred to the new template, right?
That's right. That's right. And you can see the template that I've chosen here. Click on preview. This agent profile does not show up there, except for there. So we have to go over to that page.
Can we change the pictures on the template by any chance, or are they?
They're pretty much rock solid the way they're set up. Yeah.
Mhm.
There are some features that are pages that you would put into place, and there are some features, because they're tied to the back end, that they're really limited in where they can be placed.
Mhm.
Excuse me, for agent profile, for new list, my listing, can you please click on it? The agent profile. So my listing is personal listing or company listing?
That depends how you set it up, because you have the capability of showing my listings as brokerage listings or just your exclusive listings. It's going to depend how you put them into the system as well, if you want them to show on your own website.
Okay, so what you're saying is that when they have their listings, when they add it on the Wolf Connect module, then those listings will show up
Will
over here?
populate here.
Will populate here automatically? Okay, well that's easy.
You'll have your listings above here, and then people can log in to, or create an account to be able to get access to more information, essentially generating a lead for you.
The reason I'm asking, if you don't have a listing for a while and you don't want your clients,
You can take that page out.
You can hide it.
You can hide it, yeah.
So once you've created your web page, like how does the hosting work? Do you have to pay for hosting, buy a domain and whatnot? or is that-
You will need your own domain name,
Okay.
yeah, and that gets pointed to the Lone Wolf backend.
Okay, so once you've created your website, you buy the domain, you point your domain to basically the website that's.
Right, essentially
create.
update the name servers or change the CNAME or however you want to do it. If you want to have, myrealestatelistenings.com and you want to have Rob at myrealestatelistenings.com, there is a way to change the settings with your registrar so
Yeah,
you have
so-
email service as well
So you just have to buy the domain, but the hosting itself is done through Lone Wolf?
through Lone Wolf. Yeah.
Okay.
is it part of the fee? Because what if I have all those things, I only need the website, but I have my hosting and my domain from my
The-
husband's company. So.
Yeah, the website only works on the Lone Wolf backend because it is a content management system hosting. So there's no way to take the content that we're putting here and put it on someone else's hosting.
So, I have a website, so all I have to, like, how do I switch it to this? I keep the same domain and everything, do I have to do something, like I
Yeah,
have a
it's-
GoDaddy, or I let you know?
Yeah, essentially you would go into your GoDaddy account, if that's what it is, and change the DNS to
Yeah.
it, point it to Lone Wolf, and
That's it?
that's it.
Or can I link this one as, when my clients click pre-construction, maybe that will be a pop-up page, like can I link I can have two
Sure.
pages? Would
Yeah.
that be more of like just my pre-construction?
Yeah, because your page is pretty busy as it is right now, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest changing it because you have a lot of stuff that won't function within the Lone Wolf website.
Yeah,
So yeah, I would suggest doing a second one and running it
just
that way.
do it that way.
Step 5. So step 5 is just relating only to the map search. So someone clicks on the map search. We've set up the default to be this area, assume level of 12. You can change it any which way you want.
Is it better to zoom out? I zoomed out. Is it better
Yeah.
to expand?
Depending on the area you want to be. People want to be able to identify it at a minimum. So if you're too far zoomed out, all they're going to see is Toronto and Mississauga, and they're not going to see anything that relates to maybe the area that they're looking for. But that's totally up to you. You can go in and change this at any time. So if you have a listing over here, you may want to zoom in on that to highlight the fact that here's a home for sale as opposed to anything else. This is essentially the landing page when they click on map search. So you want to show them something there, right? Rather than just a generic map of the GTA,
Or
the world, yeah.
And I guess if it is too much zoom out, there can be too many
yeah,
properties, I'm gonna say too many, or, so.
just like the
You
other
have
ones.
to, you have to balance it out. So like she said, if you're zoomed out and you're seeing the world, it's gonna show everything. If you're too zoomed in, it's not gonna show anything. So as a default, you wanna choose somewhere where you're focusing on and comfortable with,
Right.
where you think your clients will be coming to search their homes in. If it is within the GTA area, then you can choose this GTA area. And then they have, I believe, the ability to then zoom out and zoom in, the clients
Yeah,
themselves.
the client can
This
take
is
care of
somewhere
that.
to start it off.
So the best practice is when you have a listing or if you're doing pre-construction is to zoom into that area a little bit so that it can at least identify the streets and it'll be highlighted there. Now there will be bubbles there that are clickable once the listings are in place as well. Of course, I'm not a real estate agent, so I don't have an IDX, so I don't have any listings showing, so that's not going to show as far as this goes. But there would be little bubbles showing up on the map in different places if we had listings. So it's a good idea to zoom in a little bit tighter to those areas when you do,